Alright, guys. Welcome. Good to see you again. So, today I want to talk about something that is like super important. It's pretty much what I think is like one of the most important things you can do if you want to get better at League and you want to stream, or you want to coach, or you want to climb, or you want to be better to play with your friends. It is the one thing to put into practice that pretty much makes every single player better at the game as soon as they start doing it and as soon as they get in the habit of doing that. And that is, if you couldn't tell from what's on the screen right now, VOD reviews. VOD reviews. I mean, you see Tyler 1 do them, right? I can try and let me see. I'll switch my screen around here. So like this is Tyler 1 doing a VOD review, right? Like he goes back through and obviously he's flaming his team a little bit here because he's Tyler 1 and that's what he does. But right, like going back through your games and actually watching and being able to analyze is such an important tool. I mean, when you go back and you watch Worlds and you look at this kind of stuff, like there's an entire room of coaching staff watching those Worlds games, and the reason why is because when they get done with that first game and they go back in their best of 5 or their best of 3, right? There's going to be a bunch of review about what those challenger professional players didn't see or did notice, right? So that they can adapt their strategy. And it's no different in solo queue. I mean, I have VOD reviews that I'll do of myself, games that I've lost, games that I've won, right? Games that I think I should have won, where I go back and I have to look at myself and I have to be really critical about, like, okay, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? I think it's really important to look at games like that, and you can go right to your replay section like this. You simply hit the little download button. It doesn't put anything extra on your computer. The replays are automatically saved in the client until they expire after a patch and or after an update. And then you simply come in here. You can hit tab, right, to access the scoreboard. You can hit tab and then X to see the gold you have, right, on your person and the gold that you've spent, right? So you'll see as soon as I buy my starting items, right, that's how much gold I have. That's how much gold I've earned over the game, right? You can see all sorts of things. You can simply put the camera on yourself. I prefer turning the fog of war to whichever side I'm on so that I can be more critical about my gameplay, right? This allows you to really go back and you think you know what you're doing wrong or you think that it's all your team, but I promise the first time you download a video and you watch like the first 5-10 minutes of your gameplay, you're going to watch yourself play, and since you're objective and you're pulled out of the situation, you're going to see every single little CS that you didn't get, right? You're going to see you can speed up the game even. This doesn't have to be a long process, right? And then I can watch and say like, okay, what did I do wrong? Oh, I autoed the barrel there. That was wrong. Shouldn't have done that, right? Oh, I autoed the barrel again. I'm messing up my timings. There's 2 mistakes already. Okay, I haven't missed the last hit. Ah, I missed that one. That stinks, right? There's tons of things you can see over the long run. I went for a trade instead of the last hit. Not worth it because you don't prioritize hitting people over collecting, gold and resources, things like that, right? So this is 2 minutes in. But if you do this over the course of a game and you do this every single time you're in a matchup you don't like, you do this every single time you're in a team environment that you don't like the comp, you do this every time a gank gets botched. You do this every single time you feel like you didn't farm well. You'll start watching yourself, and no different than when you watch a professional football player on TV, or you watch a professional soccer player, or you watch a professional league player. You can critique from the outside because you're not invested in trying to manage all of your abilities. You're not invested in trying to manage your positioning and everything else. We can be objective about what's what. I can click on this Ornn and I can see all of his stats. I can see his build. I can see his cooldowns, right? So knowing that, okay, he's level 1, his Q is still on cooldown, you can find out what trading windows you have around certain champions you don't like playing against, right? Let me switch the camera over here real quick. I didn't realize that I was blocking that one part that I was showing you guys. But like I said, you can click on Ornn and you can see all of his stuff, right? So this is the kind of thing where I recommend that if you don't have this implemented, that you start using it because VOD reviews make a huge difference. A huge difference. I mean, I have plenty on the channel. I hope that that's a testament, right? If I can continue to get better and you guys go on this journey with me, I think you'll see that the things that I'm putting into practice that I'm trying to share, they're useful. But if you don't, take my word for it, take the word of, people who are a lot better than us, right? Like all of these pro players, they're using, VOD reviews as a tool. And why would you not emulate what the best people in the game are doing? And even better than that, something that I started doing quite frequently is I would go on u.gg, OPGG, League of Graphs, those sites, right? Or you can even search people's names, in League of Legends and try and find them. And then you can find them, right? And once you find them, you can watch their games. So go find someone who's better at the champion you like to play than you, look at their VOD, watch a challenger VOD. If you're curious about an easy way to find replays and everything, this is what I was pulling up on my other screen here. You can go to a channel specifically called Challenger Replays, and they will have everything organized by top, jungle, solo mid, carry, support, you know, pro replays, etc. Super useful. You can go in and say, hey, you know what? I want to know what it's like to play Gangplank top on patch 14.2 versus Zac. Well, you know what? Look at this. Here's a Korean Masters player playing Gangplank top. He took Grasp. All right, let's see what runes you can go in here. It'll tell you specifically what runes and abilities everybody has, what he took, here's the gameplay, right? It'll go through everything. How's this guy playing the lane? Okay, he's playing very defensive. He's playing very back. He's not gonna make the wave push hard. He's not trying to trade with the Zac. He's just being very passive. Now he traded back once he had his grasp stack, but otherwise it looks like he's just playing this very slow, right? He's not going to use his barrel to poke. That's interesting. Okay, he used his barrel to poke a little bit once the lane was shoving, right? But I can come in here and I'm like, if this is how a Korean challenger is playing this matchup, then that's probably how I want to play the matchup, right? I probably want to try and emulate that. So if I lost a Zac game in lane, I can go and I can compare and say, okay, what's everything they did that I'm seeing, and what's everything I did that they didn't do that I'm seeing, and why is it different? Why are they performing that way? Is it because of his healing? Is it because he has grasp? Is it because he can win the trades? Is it because the jungler's pathing towards top side and we can see Graves here and he's trying to set up a gank, right? These are all factors that we can analyze from outside to understand how to play the game better. So, I know that this is a quick one, but I highly recommend that you start doing VOD reviews. If you're not familiar with that process and it's new to you or scary to you, I recommend maybe watching some of my VOD review videos to get some ideas of what to look for, what to critique, and that hopefully will help you start to climb and get better at the game. So hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. I think that this is another great tip and trick that probably will help you get instant performance. All right, I'll see you in the next one.